Every fall, off and on for some 60 years, I find myself here, standing, looking around at this old bog. When I was a kid, I walked this property. A bit older, I worked on this property. The Jenkins family operate and care for this today, and they do things right. Watching them work on this bog brings back a lot of great memories. The smell of peat, the sound of the pumps, the flash of deep cranberry red under the autumn sky. It never gets old. Around here, harvest season isn't just work. It's tradition. It's a rhythm Cape Cod's known for generations. It all starts with the flooding. That's when the gates open and the water flows. Slowly, inch by inch, the vines disappear under a mirror of water. You can almost hear the land exhale. It's a quiet moment, but it's the beginning of everything. The water lifts the berries, loosening them from the vines so they can float. It turns the bog into a Red Sea, one of many beautiful sights of fall on the Cape. Once the bog's flooded, it's time for the beaters. Those water reels go to work, churning through the vines, shaking loose the fruit. It's a sight. The machines roll slow and steady, the water rippling out behind them, the berries rising up one by one. This part's always my favorite, the mix of motion and color. The way the bog comes alive under the machines. You can smell the berries in the air, tart and fresh. There's nothing like it. After the beating comes the corral. The crew takes out the long boom that floats on the surface like a giant rope. They start at one corner and slowly pull them across the bog, guiding all those berries into one big floating circle. It takes teamwork, steady hands, a good eye, and a feel for how the berries move with the water. Bit by bit, the cranberries gather in tight. That's when you know the harvest is really ready. Once everything's corralled, there's a bit of waiting. Sometimes it's the same day, sometimes the next. The crew tidies up, keeping an eye on the wind, make sure the booms are secure, the berries float stable, catching the afternoon light as the pumps go silent. It's peaceful, the calm before the next rush of work. And then you hear it, the rumble of the tractor trailer coming down the dirt road. That sound always gets everyone moving. When the truck's in place, it's time to run the pumps. The big hose reaches right into the cranberry corral, and the suction starts drawing the berries up for a wash and rinse, separating leaves and stems with crystal clean water, then into the trailer. Once washed and in the trailer, the berries are ready for the trip north. The whole process is part muscle, part finesse, steady flow, even pace, making sure nothing gets left behind. You can feel the season in that sound, the pump running, the berries rushing through the hose, the laughter of the crew. It's harvest music.
I'll fire this thing up. I'm going my driveway, I've noticed the numbers, the fire stations, right? After being on it for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was gone for 10 years.
Very nice over there.
Right? I'm like, well, withdrawal, deposit.
Before long, the corral starts to empty. Just a few berries left floating, and there, the last batch of the season. The crew gathers them up as the pumps go silent. Then the driver climbs into the cab, gives a wave, and the trailer rolls off toward Cranberry land. There it'll be cleaned, sorted, and packed, bound for grocery shelves and holiday tables all across the country. Watching that truck pull away always feels a little bittersweet. Another season finished, another year gone by. As the sun dips low over Marstons Mills, the bog quiets down again. The water drains away. The vines settle back to rest until next fall. Standing here, I think about all the years I've watched this, from walking this land as a boy to a grown-up working the bog with the Duarte family, to now seeing the Jenkins family carry it on. It's more than farming. It's a piece of Cape Cod's heart. Out here, you can still see what Cape Cod was built on: hard work, community, and respect for the land. So here's to another harvest, and to the next season waiting just beyond the frost. Until then, we'll see you next year. A heartfelt thank you to Jenkins Farms, and especially Fred and Barbara Jenkins, for welcoming and allowing us to capture the cranberry harvest from start to finish. Their generosity, patience, and dedication to keeping this Cape Cod tradition alive made this film possible. Here's to the hard work, heritage, and heart behind every berry, and to the families who keep the story of the Cape's cranberry harvest relevant year after year.